Around the World presents Italy.
Between 1200 BC and 700 BC settled in Italy the Etruscans. Little is known about them. Her language and religion has not been deciphered yet. The first Roman Republic was founded in 500 BC. The empire expanded into many parts of Europe and beyond. However, as often happens with nations driven by politics of greed, these powers provide instability in the long term. Plague, famine, and foreign incursions drove the Roman Empire into the Dark Ages. The rise of cities and the merchant class led the Renaissance in the 15th century, during which painters, architects, poets, philosophers, and sculptors produced works of genius that prevail till today. In the next few centuries, Spain, Austria, and France had their turns of controlling the peninsula, until Italy was unified in 1861. Industrialization and modernization increased through the 19th century, but Italy's participation in World War I extracted a heavy price. Economic and political instability made it easy for Benito Mussolini to seize power and establish his dark fascist reign over the country in 1922. The fascist movement lasted 21 years, during which a totalitarian regime was put into place, and early ties with France and the United Kingdom gave way to an alliance with Nazi Germany. Italy was defeated by the Allied force in World War II and liberated from the fascists by the National Uprising in 1945.
Spaghetti. An emblem of Italian cuisine, spaghetti is frequently served with tomato sauce, which may contain various herbs, olive oil, meat, or vegetables. Other spaghetti preparations include using bolognese sauce and carbonara, but some dishes are not authentic to Italy. For example, spaghetti is never served with meatballs or bolognese sauce in Italy. Risotto is a North Italian rice dish cooked in broth to a cream consistency. The broth may be based on meat, fish, or vegetables. Many types of risotto contain butter, wine, and onion. It's one of the most common ways of cooking rice in Italy. Panettone. Panettone is a type of sweetbread loaf originally from Milan, usually prepared and enjoyed for Christmas and New Year in Italy. Is one of the symbols of the city of Milan. Torrone is a traditional winter and Christmas confection in Italy. Traditional versions range in texture and in flavor. May contain hazelnuts, almonds, and pistachios, or only have nut meal added to the nougat. Some commercial versions are dipped on chocolate. Italian food and Brazil. Italian cuisine is popular in Brazil. Due to the root Italian community, São Paulo is the place where this cuisine is most appreciated. Several types of pasta and meat are served, including Milanese steaks.
Cinque Terre. Meaning five lands, Cinque Terre comprised of five villages: Rimogeria, Manarola, Vernazza, Monterosso, and Corniglia. Located in Italian northwest coast region of Liguria, the village of Cinque Terre features some of the country's most beautiful landscapes that include steep cliffs, sides, and windy terraces dating back through hundreds of years. Sicily. The largest island in the Mediterranean Sea, Sicily is the outermost region of Italy that also includes several small islands. It's separated from the mainland region of Calabria by 2-mile Straits of Messina. Home to every great Mediterranean civilization, Sicily is rich in art and history, from Agrigent's Valley of the Temples to Palermo's Baroque churches. The island's most striking geological feature in Mount Etna, Europe's tallest active volcano. Pompeii. One of Italy's most visited tourist destinations, Pompeii is a famous Roman city which was buried under severe feet of volcanic ash for nearly 1,700 years after the cataclysmic eruption of Vesuvius. The site is located near to modern city of Naples. A tour of Pompeii offers a fascinating insight into everyday life of the ancient Roman world. Visitors can walk along the ancient streets to see the remains of bakeries, brothels, and battles.
The Symphony Orchestra of Milan Gaspero Verdi is today one of the most important symphonic ensembles in Italy. It was founded in 1993, inspired by the city of Milan, has more than 45 musics, including keyboardist and conductor Riccardo Chantilly, who joined the orchestra in 1999. Most after Charlie is his musicians inaugurated the Stadium of Milan, which the new headquarters and of the orchestra. The Story of Pinocchio is a series published in the Italy newspaper for children, Giornale per Bambini, between July 1881 and January 1883 in Italy, rated by Carlo Collodi. The history was published in the book from since its first publication. The book Pinocchio been translated into several languages. The story beyond the borders of Italy and became the universal heritage. However, with the passage of the time, the story was very tailored, and the version there was no more Walt Disney 1940, with tales and very different from what's written by Carlo Collodi's story. The adapted by Disney version was considered the masterpiece of animation. Michelangelo was born in the March 16, 1475, in Caprese, Frontini province of Italy. Was painter, sculptor, poet, and athlete. Lived on the Arctic Rome, and from small someone his gift to everyone becomes known and respected by those who lived around them. His sculptures are among the most celebrated of Western. In addition to large panels to selling of the creation of Adam, still life was considered great artist of the time. Michelangelo, also important painter and artist, was the magnificent sculptor expressing for the idealization of the Olympians' gods, left a great legacy paintings of the sculptures that the references in Renaissance art.
Eu gravei o casal.